In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a product slider in Shopify. Unfortunately, since Shopify doesn't support this functionality by default, what we need to do is use a third-party platform. Don't worry though, it's completely free and also very easy to set up. So the first thing I want you to do is to click the first link in the description of this video, which will take you to the Classable platform. Once you click on the link, this is the page they're going to see. From here, I want you to click on Start for Free, which will automatically take you to the sign up page of the Classable platform. And here, all you have to do is decide how you want to sign up for the platform. I would personally recommend you to sign up using your Shopify account because that'll make the entire integration between the two platforms significantly easier. So go ahead and click on Sign up with Shopify, and then you'll be taken to the Shopify login page. Simply log into your Shopify account, and then you'll be prompted to install the Classable plugin on your Shopify website. Simply go ahead and click on Install right here in the bottom right corner of the screen. And once you do that, you automatically be taken to the back end of your Classable dashboard. This is what it looks like. And before I show you how to set everything up, if you take a look on the left hand side of the screen right here above my camera, you will see that by default, you will be assigned to the free plan. If you go ahead and click on that, I want to quickly run you through the usage limitations that you can expect with the free plan and decide whether that's the right plan for you or if you need to choose a different plan. So if you take a look on the screen right here, you can see some of the usage limitations that the free plan comes with. So for example, you can get up to 3,000 monthly page views on your widgets on Shopify. You can, however, make as many widgets as you want. Another thing to keep in mind is that the free plan also comes with the Powered by Classable badge. So if you want your product slider to be 100% ad free, or if you plan to get more than 3,000 monthly page views on your Shopify website, then go ahead and click on Upgrade Plan right here, which will take you to Classable's plans page. This is what Classable's plans page looks like, and here you can access all the premium plans that the platform has to offer. So this right here, for example, is the Pro 50 plan, which allows you to get up to 50,000 monthly page views on your widgets on Shopify. With this plan, you can also access all features and functionalities not powered by Classable badge, unlimited widgets, and priority support. And if you use the slider right here and you go to the right, you can access all the bigger plans that the platform has. So yeah, browse through the different plans, choose the one that works best for you. And if you'd like to save some money, I definitely recommend you subscribe to the plan that you want on an annual basis, as that will save you 25% of the total cost of the plan. So for example, the Pro 250 plan right here is going to go from $99 per month down to $69 per month. And if you'd like to save an additional 20%, you can also use my discount code at checkout, which you can find in the description of this video. If I go ahead and use it right now, you can see that the plans goes from $69 per month down to $55 per month. Now that you know a little bit more about the different plans that the Classable platform has to offer, let me show you how to make the exact type of product slider they want and how to integrate it with your Shopify website. So the first thing I want you to do is click on New Widget right here on the top, and then you will see this pop up. Here we need to decide whether you want to start completely from scratch or if you want to choose and customize an existing template. I'm going to go for the templated option because all templates are fully customizable anyway, so that's going to save us a whole lot of time and effort in the process. So yeah, go ahead and click on Template Library, and then you'll be taken to this page, which is where you can see all the different templates that the Classable platform has. Now, the first thing you want to do here is narrow down your options. You only see the templates that are relevant to you. They'll also be product sliders. So to do that, go on the left-hand side of the screen right here, which is where you can see a bunch of different check boxes that you can tick. The first box that I want you to check will be underneath features right here. I want you to click on Show More, and then I want you to check the slider button. Once you do that, on the right-hand side here, you will see the templates will be updated, and here you can already see a bunch of different templates that you can choose from. Now, that's going to be the only box that I'm going to check on the left-hand side, but by all means, go ahead and explore them all and check the ones that are relevant to you, and then go ahead and choose a template that you want to customize. In my particular case, I'm going to go for this template right here because it looks pretty nice and clean, and it already looks exactly how I want it to look. Once you've chosen the product slider template that you want to go with, you'll be taken to this page, which is where you can see what it looks like by default before you start making any changes to it. Now, in my particular case, I can also change the color scheme of my template right here in the top right corner of the screen. So if I go ahead and click on that here, I can change the color to whatever I want. In my case, I'm going to make it a dark green. So in this case, I'm going to just drag it here. And yeah, I'm going to stick with this color. Now, once you've made this customization, go ahead and click on Use this template in the top right corner of the screen, which is going to take you to the actual editor, which is where you can start customizing your template to your specific requirements. Now, in my particular case, I'm not going to make a whole lot of changes here because I'm only recording a tutorial video, so it doesn't really matter for me. I just want to quickly show you what's possible, and then I'll let you customize yours to your requirements. So as an example, if you want to go ahead and delete a particular element that you don't want to have as part of your template, simply go ahead and click on it to highlight it, and then press the backspace button on your keyboard. And just like that, the component has been deleted. If you want to customize an existing component instead of deleting it, for example, I want to make this title a little bit bigger here. If I just go ahead and click on that to select it, on the right hand side here, I will see the editor for that particular element. Now, in my particular case, I'm looking for font size here, which is right here. And if I go ahead and click on the plus button here, you can see how the title gets bigger on the left hand side here. Now, do bear in mind that the actual editor on the right hand side here is going to look different depending on the type of element that you select. So this right here is the editor for text blocks. But if I go ahead and click on this image here, you can see how the editor changes entirely. for this particular element. So this is where we can actually change the image to whatever we want. We can customize the fit of the image, the size, and so forth. Now, besides customizing and deleting existing elements from your template, you can also add additional components to it as well. To do that, go on the left hand side here, and this is where you can see all the different components that you can add to your particular template. So for example, if I want to go ahead and add some social media buttons, let's say above this title right here, all I have to do is go to other, and then I'll find the social media button here and just simply drag it and drop it anywhere that I want within my particular template. And as you can see, it automatically gets added. And then on the right here, I can provide all the links to my social media accounts. In my case though, that's not relevant. So I'm going to go ahead and delete the social media icons from my template. I just wanted to quickly show you how it all works. But yeah, as you can see, it's all very straightforward and super easy. Once you're done customizing the template, go ahead and click on save in the top right corner of the screen right here. You will then be taken to this page, which is where we need to decide on the placement of a product slider on a Shopify website. As you can see at the bottom here, we have a bunch of different options that we can choose from. But before we get to those, the more important thing that we need to get first is the CSS selector of the element you want to add a placement to. So what we want to do here is go to your Shopify website. As you can see, here is mine. It looks super basic. So the first thing that we need to decide is where we want our product slider to be placed on a Shopify website. In my particular case, I want it to be right below this image right here. So what I want to do here is press F12, and I recommend you to do the same. And then you will see this inspect element section here open up. Then I want you to click on this button right here on the top left. And then I want you to basically hover over the section, which is where you want your element to be below, above, or within, or whatever it might be. So go ahead and click on it, and then you'll see the division class here. Simply go ahead and right click on the division class, then hover over copy here and click on copy selector. Once you've done that, let's head over back to Classpo right here and provide the CSS selector in this field. And then at the bottom here, we need to decide where we want our slider to be placed in relation to the CSS selector that we copied right here. In my particular case, like I said, I want it to be below the image. So in my case, it's going to be after the element. If you need any further assistance in relation to this part of the video, go ahead and click on how to find the CSS selector right here and follow the steps. Or you can also leave me a comment down below and I'll do my best to help you out. Once you've done this, go ahead and click on next in the top right corner of the screen, and then you'll be taken to the triggering page. This is where we get to decide when the product slider is going to be shown on a Shopify website. As you can see in my particular case, the display frequency here, as well as the when to display setting, are pretty much set to what I want them to be. So I'm going to leave these as they are, but by all means, go ahead and click on them and customize them as you see fit. Once you've done this, go ahead and click on next in the top right corner of the screen. And then if you want to integrate your widget with Google Analytics, go ahead and do that. In my particular case, that's not relevant. So I'm going to go ahead and click on done once more. Once you've done that, we're pretty much ready to go. The last thing you want to do is go ahead and click on unpublished right here and then switch that to published and then click on save in the top right corner of the screen. Then all we have to do is go back to our Shopify website, refresh it, and then we should see a product slider up here exactly where we chose to place. As you can see, mine is right below this image right here. And as you can see, it's fully interactive. And that's about it. That's how to make a product slider in Shopify. If you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments below and I'll do my best to help you out.